Hey guys, I got an interesting little project going on today. I've already done this with my other door. I just wanted to kind of test the process a bit, but I got this here problem with these being seized. Like this shit, it don't move, man. You gotta reach in the door here and where the hell's the damn thing? And like flip this shit manually inside. Actually, I can't even get it to go down. So that's how seized this stuff is here. I can get it to move with two hands, but it's she's like, let's see, come on. I don't know if I'm grabbing the right thing in here, but anyway, it's she's locked up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this out of here. My little ghetto setup. I'm going to go through electrolysis to get this thing unseized. So it worked pretty good yesterday. There, fuck, there. That's how seized this damn thing is. Oh, yeah, let's try the keys here. Unlock it. Nothing. Doesn't even move. But I did get the other one. And you can't really see it move because it's not in the channel. When I get the door panel back on, it'll look better, but you can actually use that one now and the door opens. So it's a bit of a challenge to get this one. Actually, this one was easy. The door wouldn't lock. So I did manage to get it locked, get it unseized a little bit with some penetrating oil, but now I'm going to take the whole thing out and show you guys how to do some electrolysis on it to clean it up and get it working again. So I'll take this out and we'll take a look at her upstairs when I get it out. And if you don't know how to take these out, I know I keep bringing these guys up, or I have in one of my other videos. I'm not sponsored by these guys, man, but 1A Auto has a couple of pretty good videos for getting shit done. You know, I'm not going to make a video that's already been done and somebody's done it better than I have. So, I mean, if you want to figure out, you want to learn how to take these out, either get a hold of the service manual or go check out 1A Auto. And they've got a great video on how to get this out, but it's actually not terribly hard. So I will take this out and we'll go take a look at it when it's out and I'm upstairs. There's the latch. This is the door lock right here, and you can see this thing is impossible to move, almost. Certainly more difficult than the little motor inside can handle. I think this is this bad. I mean, the other side wasn't this bad, but I think this side is this bad because I think somebody had the door off. The moisture barrier was all screwed up. You can see that right there. That's all rusted to shit. This side here, that's all rusted to shit. And that panel right there and the spring and everything. We'll clean this up. We'll clean this up real nice, real easy. And I'll show you how. Alright, I got my my ghetto electrolysis station set up. And yes, it is inside, but I'm not generating enough hydrogen for that to be much of a concern, plus I keep it ventilated. So what we have here, I'm going to unscrew those two little screws, and that'll remove that whole plate. And I'll stick it in the water. Now this really is a ghetto setup. I didn't have anything steel except a couple of X-Acto knife blades. You're going to hook those up to your positive. And I just stick them in there like that. That other clamp there is just to hold two different blades together so I get more surface area. And the other thing we have here is some washing soda. I've been reading a lot about this, and there's a bit of debate, but you can turn baking soda into washing soda by baking it over 300 Fahrenheit for an hour and a half or so. And I don't really know how accurate that is, but I've been using this and it seems to work pretty well. So I just throw in a couple tablespoons in here, or teaspoons. What is this? This is a quarter teaspoon. So I'm gonna throw a couple of those into just regular, plain old water, just plain tap water. Just give it a bit of a stir. Okay, So that's set up. Let's see if I can manage this with one hand. I just gotta get my. Someday I'll get a camera. Someday. Today is not that day. This here's your child lock too. Pay attention to the orientation of that because this will be a little tricky to get back in there. Okay, so that's all off, and there's inside the mechanism. And there's your little, that's the locking mechanism right there. That should move nice and easily, but this, that's seized right up. So we got positive in the water. And we're going to hook the negative up to this plate. I'm not even going to clean this or prep it. I probably should a little bit, but I'm not going to. We're just going to see how it looks after that, after I'm done. So, I'm going to stick this in there now. So I got the negative on the part that I want to be cleaned. And really I'm mostly just concerned about that right there. But if it happens to clean anything else, that's great. And so that's all hooked up. My power supply. I'm going to turn this on. I've got it set to 30 volts and capped at 2 amps. But we'll watch. As soon as I turn this on, you'll start to see a reaction. And there it goes. Right now it's the current will increase and the water will actually heat up. But I've got it set so it'll stop at 2 amps. That just seems to work well. I'm not really seeing the reaction where I want to see it there. Well, a little bit, but this will take a while. So I'll leave that in there for a bit. I'll come back and check it in maybe half hour or so just to check it, but I will probably leave it in here for about 4 or 5 hours at this kind of current draw, and that'll clean it up pretty well. Should be enough to loosen that up anyway. Now if you don't have a power supply, you can get them fairly cheap. You can also use a battery charger, and you can also modify a computer power supply. But there's already a lot of videos and information out there about electrolysis. So if you need to know about that stuff, you can go look that up. I'm just trying to loosen up a lock cylinder here. So I'll leave that, come back and check on it in a little while, see how it is. Okay, it's been about half an hour now, and this is pretty gross. Won't see much here, but I know right now it looks worse than it did, but that's just from the reaction. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to empty out this water and change it with some fresh water, and I'm going to hit this with a wire brush a little bit just to clean some of the scale and shit off, and it should help the reaction go a little faster. So I'll be back a few minutes after I do that. All cleaned up with the wire brush, fresh solution, and we'll put it back in. Let's get a little bit of contact here now that this is cleaned off. And turn her back on. Now we got a much better reaction over there that I've cleaned off the surface, and it can get around everything. leave that for a few hours and see what happens. There's the lock mechanism removed. Well, this plate anyway. I'm going to hit it with a wire brush and just clean it up a bit. And this is movable. One hand now. It's still got some resistance to it, but I don't think it's too much tighter than the motor can handle. Because I know my other one works and it's actually a little tighter than this. See how clean it's come. Let me go hit this with a wire brush real quick and just clean off some of this shit. Wire brush cleaned up nice and shiny. Well, shiny enough. I realize that I've taken off the plating, the zinc chromate plating, but that's not really important right now because this is just to. I've only done this just to get my doors working enough and long enough till I can get new latches. So. That's done the trick. That'll get my doors working for now until I can get some new latches, and it should at least last that long. Or until I can do something about this. But either way, it worked. So I'll get this put back together. Which for the most part is fairly simple if I can remember how. Right there. So I screw that back together and get her back in the car. Got her all reinstalled. She's working great now. So, that's all done. I just got to get new moisture barriers because whoever was in the doors before destroyed them all. And put the door panels back on. It should all be good to go. So I guess that's one way. It's a ghetto electrolysis way to loosen up your doors if you can get the latches out. Just remember, when you do this, you won't be able to close your door. Like, it won't stay closed. So you're going to have to use a bungee cord or something and definitely not be driving anywhere. And like I said, you know, because I didn't repaint or recoat anything, and I didn't really, you know, I took all the protection off of it. It will rust again. I'm aware of this. Like I said, it's just temporary measure so my doors would work for now until I can get some funds together to get a new one, get new latch mechanisms. Otherwise, she's working pretty damn well right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope it was some degree of help.